Double salute to the Black Goose TV family. What's good with it? We up in this. I got some boxing news for y'all, man, and some incredible boxing news. Something that me, myself, I was very excited to get into and talk about with you guys. So hopefully, if you guys end up coming up in this motherfucker and you end up watching this thing, whether it's in its entirety, halfway through, the first 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, man, before you log off, man, just make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. It's right next to the like button. Notification gang if you want to help your boy out. Then, of course, always, please drop below in the comments, man. Look, you can comment off of anything. You can comment off the title. You can comment just off the thumbnail picture. You can comment just off the fact that you don't like me. You feel me? You don't have to go through the whole video. You don't have to watch 12 seconds of this joint. You can comment during the ad. You feel me? So make sure y'all comment on this motherfucker, man. I'm really trying to get us into the algorithm. Black Goose TV family, man. We're trying to be one of the most rapid growing boxing channels of this year and only to continue moving that forward. So much appreciation to the people, man. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the topic at hand. The topic that I've been wanting to talk about all day, but I had to wait until I was off work, did my errands, came back to the crib, and then I could sit in front of the computer and share this info with y'all, family. Deontay Wilder, he talks his comeback to the sport. And we're not talking about a small snippet like we've had recently. We're not talking about the WBC president saying, oh, I spoke with Deontay Wilder, and this is what I feel he's thinking. No, we have actual, not footage, but we have actual dialogue coming straight from the Bronze Bomber himself. And not just a little bit of dialogue, extensive dialogue of him talking about his return, possibly who he wants to fight next, if it will be this year. And if he's missed the sport, and if look, all this is a maybe, we'll get a very good understanding from this particular article whether or not we can really expect Deontay Wilder to be back, or if we should most likely hang up the idea and the thought that we'll see the Bronze Bomber in the ring one more time. So let's get into this. It's coming from boxingnews24.com. As always, salute to y'all. Deontay Wilder talks comeback to the sport. So we're going to scroll our way on down, because we want to get straight to the shit that we want to actually read and be interested in. So let's go ahead, scroll. So here it comes. Now, this is Deontay Wilder to the Premier Boxing Champions. And he said himself, I'm definitely considering coming back. This is something that we're trying to figure out and get things situated. I feel it could be a reboost for my career. It's not about the financial things. I never have to return to boxing ever again in my life. I've set my life up. I've been doing so many great things outside the boxing ring. I've just been enjoying what I've been doing, to have my free time, to enjoy my family, enjoy my business ventures and investments, and also getting into other hobbies and passions that I already have and love to do that I didn't have time to do it previously. At this point in my time, I'm jumping into other passions that I want to do in my life, and I'm enjoying my life so much. I don't know if you guys ever actually saw one of the first videos I did about Deontay Wilder earlier in this year. He did an interview on Byron Scott's podcast. You guys can still look that up. It's on Byron Scott's YouTube. And he alluded to these things as well. He said, hey, look, of course, I would like to come back, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm focused on these other passions. Like he's making music. I think he's doing things in TV and stuff like that. So he's doing a lot of things that he never thought, he would be able to put his focus and time on during the boxing side of the game and even before getting into boxing. So he said he's enjoying that. So I understand where he's coming from, obviously, because I watched that interview with Byron Scott that he did a little while ago. And that interview with Byron Scott, I think, happened like late last year. So you guys can check it out. He's basically echoing the same sentiments, but let's see if we can find anything new in here. So at this point in time, I'm jumping into other passions that I want to do in my life, and I'm enjoying my life so much. It's just amazing. I take pride in being king and doing king things. When you have a strong, outspoken heavyweight like myself, boxing is beautiful. When you have an exciting heavyweight, boxing thrive. This is what people are witnessing right now. When you don't have that heavyweight no more, things start to die down. I've had people reach out to me and say the divisions are not the same. We need our champ back. Boxing is boring without him. So that's the end of the particular interview, or at least what he said to PBC. And it's very reminiscent of what he said in that podcast with Byron Scott. Real quick, I want to read this. Potential comeback opponents for Wilder: Andy Ruiz Jr., Michael Hunter, Dillian White, Otto Allen, Zinzi McKean, Agit Capial, Zhilei Zhang, Huey Fury, Tony Yoka. I don't think Tony Yoka would ever take that fight, especially after losing the way he did in last fashion. And I think there's more names out there that he can fight as well. That can be feasible to him. Shit, man, put him in there with Big Baby Miller. Let him knock his dome out. By the way, Big Baby, I love you, but after seeing that fight, that was utterly disgrace. I don't even know if you should even ever get back into the ring. But anyways, feed your family. But basically, reading that comment, what he said to PBC was echoing exactly the same things he said on the Byron Scott podcast maybe like some months back, 4, 5, 6 months back, where it seems like he's still enjoying his life. He's still enjoying the extra things that he's doing outside of boxing. He obviously doesn't feel pressed to come back. What I get from that, I interpret that as, hey, look, if y'all want me back in the sport, make it worth my while. So Deontay Wilder's smart. I don't know if he's doing this purposely, but he's basically saying the same things that Tyson Fury is saying. Tyson Fury is like, yo, look, I'm retired until you guys give me a reason not to unretire. I want to get paid this much. So that's what I'll come out of retirement for. Deontay Wilder, he hasn't said those things, which is, I don't know if he's doing this purposely, or if he's just being himself. Usually he's not a PR guy, so I feel like it's not purposely, but it's smart. Rather than him saying, well, I want this amount of money to come back, I want to fight this guy to come back, which will have a lot of people displeasured at him because they're saying, why would you deserve that when you lost to Fury? He's basically just saying, hey, yo, I'm enjoying my time. I'm enjoying everything I'm doing outside of boxing. It seems like some people would love to have me come back in boxing. Some people are saying it's boring without me. Either way it goes. Yeah, I would love to come back, but at the same time, I'm enjoying my life. So it puts everyone who really wants to see him come back be like, well, damn, we don't know if he's going to come back, which makes the itch for people want to see him back more rather than him coming out blatantly saying, I want more money or whatever, where people can be like, well, you don't deserve it, da-da-da-da, and, you know, create this negativity where right now it's just people are just uncertain and fiending for his return, even his enemies or even the people who aren't necessarily fans of him. But, you know, I just get that as him saying like, yo, just make it worth my while. Like, I don't have to come back for money. I'm good. I'm set. So that says to me is like, he'll probably come back for 1 or 2 fights, in my opinion. Anthony Joshua will probably be a fight he'll come back for. If Usyk gets offered and Usyk beat Joshua the second time, he'd probably come back for that. And if there's a 4th fight with Tyson Fury, I see him coming back for that. But I think anything other than that, him to fight an Andy Ruiz or Otto Wallen, what did that do for him? What does it do for him? His legacy is cemented. He's going to be going down as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time and one of the greatest heavyweight trilogies. Now, people are going to get mad and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying he's number 1, number 5, number 10, but he's going to be put up there, okay? So with that being said, y'all, let me know what y'all feel about this, man. I obviously want to know what you guys' opinion on. Y'all can come at me as crazy as you want, as aggressive as you want, because I know a lot of people don't like Deontay Wilder, and they hate it when, you know, certain people give him his props as being one of the baddest dudes on the planet in that division. But let me know how y'all feel about this particular article. Do you guys want to see Deontay Wilder come back? Do you hope he comes back? Do you think he'll come back? What's your opinion? Who would you want to see him fight, etc.? Drop it in the comments below. And while you're dropping that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, notification gang. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger nigga, shout out to the game. It's crazy because every video I fucked his name up. I'm like, Arnold. This time I did it right, so salute to that. But I'll be back with more boxing. Love y'all. Appreciate you.